Okay, so we've ruled out all that stuff. Let me look at my truth bullets. Is there anything suspicious in my truth bullets that could lead us to who the actual culprit is? There's things that would be the things we haven't talked about yet, right? So the library event, the stacked books. Obviously, there's something that has to happen with the library event. I'm assuming a drone. Same thing with the BGM. I'm assuming that covered the sound of a drone. Nobody has entered this. We haven't talked about that yet. I don't know why. I don't know when that will come up or how. Like, that doesn't seem relevant to the actual finding out the murderer at the moment. The alarm. If somebody moved, it would notify Shuichi. If someone moved the bookcase, yeah. But like I said, he said that he turned it off. It doesn't say that in this truth bullet, but he turned it off as they were going down. Which means someone could have moved it a second time while we were busy chatting outside. I don't know if that's true or not, but... Alright. And they were in their rooms. Okay, I think that's all I needed to see. There's only a few things that I don't understand.
What?
Well, there's more than
Why
a
are
few
you
things I
making
don't
this so
understand.
complicated? Just be the culprit already.
Sorry.
I don't think you need to apologize.
Yeah, that's right. A man shouldn't apologize so easily.
I should be the one to apologize. I am sorry for accusing you, Gonta.
No, you're only doing what you needed to try to find the truth.
No, going to understand. Cause we gotta find culprit.
Well said. For a degenerate male, you're actually pretty reasonable.
Ugh, I hate this sentimental crap.
What do you like, Monokuma? Well, tell us more. Tell us more about what you like. Tell us about your favorite despair entertainment.
Why's that? It's nice when everyone gets along like this.
Are you stupid or something? I can't stand people having a good time.
Daddy's too evil to feel ashamed for being evil.
We could learn a lot from him.
Don't mind me. I'm not actually taking notes. I'm placing bets on racehorses.
I'm jonesing for a leaf. I need a raccoon tail to chase my dragon.
What? None of that made any
Is
sense.
in the clear, but don't break out the confetti just yet. We're out
What?
of suspects now. On top of that, we still don't even know how Rantaro died.
We're not out of suspects. That's just the two main groups. There's still people that weren't part of those groups.
So we only know what the weapon is? How are we supposed to find the mastermind with that?
We know the murder weapon is the shot put ball. But where did the culprit get it?
I
The
think it was
warehouse,
from
of
the
course.
warehouse. I saw track and field equipment there.
Then anyone would have been able to obtain it. We need more information. What's wrong, Shuichi?
Huh? It's nothing.
It's definitely not nothing. What did he suddenly realize? Let me read. Was there something strange in what was just said? Anyone would have been able to obtain it, and he just responds with ... Is it not that anybody would have been able to obtain it?
What's wrong, Shuichi?
Is there some reason why only a specific group of people would have been able to go there? What?
Ah! How do we find this darn culprit now?
Hey, culprit! Quit hiding! Just be a man and fess up already!
We don't even know if they're a guy or not, though, right? Or if they're even human.
Are you referring to me?
Or
Don't
Kibo.
worry, you guys. We're one step closer to the truth, so don't give up. Try to remember what happened. We can find more clues left by the mastermind.
Clues?
You're
What
still
kind of
assuming that it's the
clues?
mastermind, which I mean is the decent thing to think, but
Like,
We're
if
not 100%
Rantaro
on
was
that.
deceived by the mastermind and went to the library,
mm-hmm.
maybe somebody saw Rantaro having a suspicious conversation with someone. It would be a good idea to figure out who knew about our trap. Either way, anything you guys remember might be able to help with the case.
Yes, yes! But are you sure sure the culprit is also the mastermind?
Yeah, great point.
Huh?
She just really wants to
Yeah, I
believe
think
that.
so. Why?
Then what Atua just told me about how the culprit entered the library is correct.
Hmm?
Huh? I didn't hear anything.
She's probably gonna mention the vent, I guess.
Oh, that's right. Only I can hear the voice of Atua. Then I will speak on Atua's behalf, as his prophet. If the culprit is the mastermind, they could have entered the library while avoiding the cameras.
What?
You
Okay.
serious? There's a way to do that?
Super serious, brother.
Atua sounds like a shady weirdo.
So she's gonna mention that somebody could have came through the vent, and we're gonna have to say something about the books that we lined up, or the fact that we were watching the entrance. A way for the culprit to enter the library without being caught by the cameras. Is that really possible?
Atua says I should continue explaining on his behalf. Yahahaha! Only Atua knows the truth behind this incident!
No, I think Monokuma does as well, but sure. Non-stop debate. I like that we have this classic non-stop debate music.
Was hiding in the library the whole time, before Kaede and Shuichi even placed the cameras.
Where would they have hidden?
Inside the hidden door!
So you're saying the culprit was lying in wait there?
If that's true, the suspects are those who were alone at the time of the incident.
The only ones who didn't go to the dining hall or basement are
Kokichi and Kibo and Ryoma, right?
Kokichi, Kibo, and Ryoma. Kokichi, Kibo, and Ryoma. Yes, those are the people that are still unaccounted for.
I knew the culprit was a male! Yahaha! Behold Atua's divine logic!
Okay, I think I missed what I was supposed to refute. I've never had to debate a god before. I can tell there's a contradiction, but I don't Angie's noticed it yet. Yes, I don't Angie's noticed it yet. This is true.
The culprit was hiding in the library the whole time, before Kaede and Shuichi even placed the cameras.
Hiding there,
Where
okay.
would they have hidden?
Inside the hidden door!
So you're saying the culprit was lying in wait there?
If
So is it the front entrance photos then? Because we know that nobody entered. Is that what we're gonna say?
that's true, the suspects are those who were alone at the time of the incident.
So actually, I don't think it's talking about the vent now then. We need to talk about something else. So they were hiding the shot put ball in here. Is that what we're gonna? It automatically shuts itself. What are my truth bullets?
the only ones who didn't go to the dining hall or basement are
Library event,
Kokichi and
classroom
Kibo
event,
Ryoma,
Maki's
right?
account, entrance photos. It's got to be the photos, right?
Yahaha! Behold Atua's divine logic!
Okay, I'm gonna try the front entrance photos on the first point that was made. I think we're trying to say that nobody went in there.
The culprit was hiding in the library the whole time, before Kaede and Shuichi even placed the cameras.
Okay, before we place the cameras. Is there a way I can contradict that with this? No, because this is the camera's. That's the camera's photos, so we can't use that to contradict it. Do we somehow use the moving bookcase to contradict what she's saying? I don't think we use a card reader dust. Unless she was saying that they hid in there. And that's not helpful either. For Akio, Kibo.
Where would they have hidden?
Inside the hidden door!
So you're saying the culprit was lying
Okay, so
right there?
they hid in the hidden.
If that's
Excuse me.
true, the suspects
So
are those who were
I think I
alone
misread her
at
the first time.
of
I
the
thought she was
incident.
saying that the murder weapon was hidden
The
there.
only ones who didn't go to the dining hall or basement.
If she's saying that the culprit themselves hid there,
Ryoma, right?
then I guess we're using the card reader dust on that to prove that nobody actually opened that door.
Where would they?
But that makes sense then why she asked if we were certain it was the mastermind.
No, that's wrong.
Because only the mastermind could have opened that door.
Wait a minute, Angie. I don't think it was possible to hide in the hidden door.
What? You dare challenge Atua?
It just proves that your Atua doesn't know everything, I guess.
I don't think the hidden door was ever used.
Huh? The dust is still there. Looks like the card reader wasn't used. That means the mastermind didn't hide here. Yeah, and he apparently remembers the dust formation.
I placed dust on the card reader. If anyone swiped their card key, the dust would have fallen.
We already confirmed during the investigation that there was no dust on the floor. The bookcase hadn't been opened, so I doubt anyone was hiding in there.
The fog has lifted.
Ryoma's got something to say.
You still got a ways to go.
Are we gonna have to directly confront
What do
him?
you mean?
The culprit could have been in the library before the cameras were even set. You won't be able to prove anything with weak reasoning like that.
It seems you've been contradicted. Uh-oh. When this sort of thing happens, you'll go into one-on-one debate called a rebuttal showdown. What's a rebuttal showdown? Well, for now, let's explain the controls. In this mode, you counter the other person's claim and argue against it. Okay, so it's this blade minigame again. I never really fully understood this one. Blade, time, mood, weak spot. Okay. Move your truth blade with left stick and align it with your opponent's claims. Perform a regular cut in the direction the blade is pointing by pressing A. And cut with the truth blade by pressing Y. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you. In this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. Use regular cuts on your opponent's words, but when a weak spot appears, slash it with a truth blade strike. Okay. Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, you'll not be able to cut an opponent's remark. What's neat is if you cut through multiple words at once, you get a time bonus. Blah, blah, blah. More down the better. So the tough thing then is going to be able to quickly select the right truth bullet at the time. Place as many as you can. The debate will progress. Don't ignore the remarks. Don't lose progress. There's a blade lock where you mash A. Right, I remember this from Danganronpa 2. What did I just say? Isn't slicing and dicing opponents with a true sword the bee's knees? What? Not really? Well, you shouldn't knock it before you try it. You can also V-agree. Okay, yeah, so blah, blah, blah. Take your time. Yes, I agree. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, I don't really understand this, but I'm going to do my best. So, entrance photos, hidden door photos.
Rule out the hidden door. The library's got no shortage of hiding spots. There's piles of books all over. Since the culprit was there before the cameras were placed, it could have been hiding there, you know?
Hiding somewhere in there?
Then took off.
Okay.
But if the culprit killed him and ran away, wouldn't they have been caught on camera?
Yeah.
Not if they went back into hiding. Right after killing Rantaro. Then, once everyone's gathered around the body, all they gotta do is act like they just ran in.
Makes sense.
Rejoin everyone and we'd be none the wiser.
Starting to see the holes in Ryoma's argument. I have evidence I can present that will break down Ryoma's argument.
If they went back into hiding.
So hidden, rear,
Right
front.
after killing Rantaro. Then, once everyone's gathered around the body, all they gotta do is act like they just
Monokuma
ran
file? No.
in. Rejoin everyone and we'd be none the wiser.
Rantaro's belongings? So you can see the holes in Ryoma's argument. I don't know. I don't see it yet. Hold on a second. It's hard because I can't see what truth bullets I've got while I'm in this while I'm in this crazy thing. So, he's saying that somebody was hiding in there the entire time completely. So they wouldn't necessarily show up on, and then they would rejoin us randomly. Is it the front entrance photos? Because we'd be able to see that they joined in only here. Does that show everybody? That's the question. Who's missing from those photos? I'm thinking. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then the 16th is Rantaro. So no, we see everybody in the front entrance photos. So they didn't just happen to magically show up. So we can use front entrance photo.
Into hiding right after killing Rantaro. Then, once everyone's gathered around the body, all they gotta do is act like they just ran in. Rejoin everyone and we'd be none the wiser.
And then we do this.
I'll cut your words.
I'll cut your words. Okay. Okay, Kaede.
The culprit met him inside the library? That doesn't seem possible, though.
Let's hear it then. What's your reason?
Because we saw everybody enter.
If you take a look at the 3 pictures from the camera we placed near the front door, this is when Shuichi and I met up with Kaito and Tenko, and then rushed in. This one shows the other 4 people running in after they heard Tenko scream. And finally, everyone else coming in after hearing the body discovery announcement.
And that's everybody.
You can clearly see everyone entering the library in these pictures. It wouldn't make sense if there was someone hiding in the library the whole time.
Unless they somehow managed to get out. So the thing is, the reason it's still possible. It's still possible that somebody was hiding in the library and killed him, and then escaped from the library without the camera seeing them through the vent or something, and then pretended to come in there. Because we all rushed to the library once we heard our thing go off, right? So we rushed down there. Now the vent in the room we were guarding is unguarded, and somebody could have escaped from that vent at that time. And I think that's, and then they could have pretended to join up with everyone.
Now, doesn't it? I guess the one who still has a ways to go is me.
Don't worry about it. It's better to think about each possibility anyway. Right, Shuichi?
What's...
Yes.
Why is he so distracted? Is Shuichi okay? He's been really quiet. Yeah, he actually hasn't been helping us out much in this trial. It's all been Kaede. Does he not... Is he worried about something? Does he know the truth and doesn't... Is he in a similar situation where he doesn't want to reveal the truth even though he knows it? Because of what happened in his past and how the culprit was unhappy with them? Even though they were because they were justified in their killing?
So the real question is how the culprit entered and exited the library.
We cannot continue until we address that problem first.
It's quite the mystery. How did the killer avoid being caught by the cameras?
Almost like they were invisible. Oh, but it wasn't me. My magic can only make you half invisible.
I see.
Your upper half, to be specific.
Okay.
That's kind of a
That is
hefty
very specific.
invisibility spell, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. That's pretty good. Even being half invisible is probably pretty useful.
But both doors to library had hidden cameras on them.
How about the vent in the library? Maybe they came in through there.
But Shuichi and I were on lookout in the classroom with the connecting vent.
The culprit waited until Kaede and Shuichi weren't looking, then turned invisible.
Sorry, Himiko, I like you, but you're unfortunately not being too useful here.
Himiko is really gung-ho about her invisible culprit theory.
Yeah, no. There's no way someone snuck into the library through the vent.
That's right. We have evidence that proves that would have been impossible. And that is the stuff that we stuck on the bookcase, right? Or we were on watch. Nobody to sneak through. I think what we're talking about is the books, though, right? The stacked books. I think that's specifically what she's referencing. I don't really see how that's a good...
When I set the cameras, I also stacked some books in front of the vent.
I don't see how that's really a great... a great way to prevent anybody from going through the vent, but sure.
If
they still could have balanced
crawl
on the
in and out
books.
from the vent, the books would have collapsed.
I mean, what if they were just really careful?
While we were investigating, they were still neatly stacked the way I placed them.
Maybe they put the books back when they left the room.
I don't know if they would have time for that.
That would be quite difficult to achieve on such a narrow bookcase.
If we've ruled out the vent and doors, then how'd the culprits get in and out of the library? Maybe divine intervention?
Was it really just all done by drone?
Gonta no can think of any
But
other
I can't...
way to enter.
Eureka! I know how the culprit got in the library. The front door!
Have you been paying attention? The camera would have taken their picture.
Not if the culprit timed their movements around the camera intervals.
I see. So you're saying there's a delay time between when the camera can take pictures? I mean, obviously there is. There is the delay time in between. It's not like it's continuously recording. It can only take a picture and then another picture and then another picture. So it's possible that they could have entered maybe behind Rantaro, or the front door, sure, but the front door was we only saw the front door get opened when we actually rushed in ourselves, and that was after the murder had already taken place. So it would have to have been from Rantaro's door.
Huh? Intervals?
What is that?
Basically, the culprit knew about the cameras and their intervals. So they snuck into the library between camera shots to avoid appearing in the photos. I know. Beauty and brains. Why? It's just not fair.
So, I mean, it's also possible that they could have just gotten lucky with the camera intervals as well, because they wanted to be quick about it anyways. They could have, followed Rantaro in, killed him, and ran out, and just so happened to have missed the camera intervals. That's actually possible.
Mew, what's this interval you're talking about?
Huh? Oh, now you're asking me. After the shutter snaps, the camera can take a new photo for 30 seconds.
That's a really long time.
Because I redesigned the cameras to auto-roll the film instead of having to do it manually.
Right, so it takes 30 seconds to do that. So, but 30 seconds, that's a really long time. And the thing is, we rushed down immediately when we heard the noise, right? Could it really have been that long? So what I'm thinking is, the hidden door photos. That means that there's 30 seconds between these two photos? Like, he opened the door, then 30 seconds passed, and the door was still open, and then he has to go and grab the camera suddenly? It's just such a long time frame that so much could have happened. And the noise would have, or the alarm would go off here, right? At the first photo, right when he first opens the door. And then 30 seconds later is when he's about to be killed. I don't know.
That's the first time I'm hearing about this. Why didn't you tell us from the start?
Well, we didn't really tell her what this all would be used for, so we didn't tell her specifics.
But I told your little beta boy toy after I gave you the remodeled cameras.
What?
Shuichi?
Is that why he's been quiet?
I'm sorry. I guess I forgot to tell you.
What? Why is he being so weird about it? It's just making him seem suspicious. As if because he's the only one who knew about it.
could you forget to tell me?
I didn't think it would affect the plan. I didn't realize it would matter. I guess I just forgot to mention it. I'm really sorry. I forgot. What a pitiful excuse.
Yeah, that's pretty much a lie.
Yeah, he hasn't forgotten about other little details in the past. He's never forgot to mention, like, even the smallest things. Like, he just randomly said, oh, that screen looks like it could be rolled up and turned into a pole. Like, there's no reason for him to mention that, and yet he did. And yet, for something that is important as this, he doesn't mention it?
No, it's not a lie. He probably just forgot. There was so much going on at the time. It's only natural to forget, you know?
Yeah.
Let's put that aside for now and talk about the camera intervals.
Would he really be the culprit? That'd be so strange. He seems so trustworthy.
Each interval lasted for 30 seconds, correct, Mew?
Yeah, sure. I'll explain it again to you mushheads. The 3 cameras that Kaede and Puichi place go off when they pick up movement.
Hmm.
From there, it takes 30 seconds for the film to auto-roll to the next photo.
So, for 30 seconds, anyone could have entered the library without their photo being taken?
That may have been enough time to kill Rantaro and exit the library.
It's definitely enough time. You just gotta move at lightning speed.
Yeah, 30 seconds is a really long time.
Then there's no doubt the culprit made use of the camera's intervals.
That means the culprit was Mew all along, since she knew about the intervals.
Don't be an asshole! I have an alibi. Remember the dining hall?
So, I feel like it can't be Shuichi. And the reason is, if Shuichi really did this, then why wouldn't he come out and say it and skip the whole class trial thing, right? And go and leave. Why wouldn't he? It doesn't make sense. So I don't think it was him. It doesn't seem like he would just want to go to a trial for no reason.
Who else knew about the intervals? Now, who was it again?
Shuichi.
Yeah.
Well then, does this mean that he is the culprit we have been seeking?
Shuichi.
But we were with him the whole time, so he couldn't have done anything like murdered anyone. We saw Rantaro go down. Oh no, but he left us for a moment, didn't he? Let me check the account. Hold on. Wait a second. Where was our account of that? Hold on a second. Yeah, Shuichi left briefly to go check the basement. The two were together the entire time until the receiver went off. But he can turn it, okay, but he can turn it off. Right. So he could have turned off the receiver, went downstairs, killed him, came back up, turned the receiver on again, heard it going off, and then went down there. But the thing is, Shuichi was going to give the receiver to Kaede. So if Shuichi was planning on doing this murder all along, why would he give the receiver to Kaede? That would go against this whole plan. If he was like, oh no, I'll keep the receiver myself, so that he could turn it off, go downstairs, kill, and come back, turn it on again, and have it start beeping, then that would make sense. But the fact that he tried to give Kaede the fact that he tried to give the receiver to Kaede, I think means that Shuichi didn't do it, even though it does seem like it seems like it's possible.
Hey, what gives, Shuichi? Shuichi would never do that. Right, Shuichi?
I don't think this is another Sayaka situation. I don't want to believe that.
Mess up already! Did you kill Rantaro? Hey, Shuichi, what's gotten into you?
Don't tell me you're gonna plead the fifth now.
Oh man, this is getting good! Entertain me, peasants!
Why is he not saying anything? No way. Shuichi can't be the culprit. That's definitely wrong. There's no way. I refuse to believe Shuichi's the culprit. That's definitely not possible. Oh! Intermission? Class trial? It's really hard to read that, by the way. I just barely, like, vaguely read what that just said. But that was not easy. Yeah, we'll save. Interesting that we get an intermission. Does it mean we're only halfway through? Oh, right, we got an intermission in Danganronpa 2's trials too, huh, didn't we? Wow, the trial is racing towards its thrilling conclusion. Do you know who the culprit is? Obviously I know, because I know everything, because I'm a bear. What? Know everything?
Yeah?
No, everything. Daddy knows everything about anything. He basically traded his barehood for godhood. Yes, he has betrayed his Ursine ancestors.
Huh?
Traded? No, I'm obviously still a bear. It's obvious, right? Right, you guys? Sure ain't no fish, but you damn sure smell like one.
Now then.
Anyway, since I know everything, I'll give you the whole story later. Try your hardest to nab the culprit, and believe me, that's no lie. If I lied, it would shake the game to its very foundation. Uh-huh. So trust me, and please enjoy the class trial without any worries. Uh-huh. Class trial resumed. Or resume.
I feel like we're getting close to the gory part. It's making me nervous.
I don't know who the culprit is, but I'm not paying attention, so it's okay.
Yeah, but there's one thing we do know. The line between victim and attacker ain't as clear as you might think.
A once powerful nation.
I suppose that's one lesson we
Music.
can take away from this case.
I cut off the leg before the poison spread. By spring, flowers will grow from the stump.
What's wrong with this one? This one's been going crazy for a while now. They had too much honey. Monodam has nothing to say. Yeah, why is Shuichi quiet? The only thing I can think of is that Shuichi understands that this is somehow a trap for him. The mastermind is laid.
Say something already.
Yeah, I know. Say something already.
Your tongue-tied silence speaks volumes. I fucking knew you were the culprit.
Wait just a minute. None of that is possible. Shuichi was with me the whole time we were on lookout.
No, he wasn't.
When are you suggesting Shuichi killed Rantaro?
Were you really together the whole time?
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm asking if you two were on lookout together the whole time.
Well, I guess we weren't together the whole time.
Yeah, he went to check out the basement. She keeps watch.
So that's when Shuichi went to kill Rantaro.
But how did he lure Rantaro even into there, even if he was the killer? Like, how would he lure Rantaro there? I mean, sure, maybe he would have had to have known when Rantaro would just be like, I feel like I'm gonna go wander in there. Like, he would have had to have timed it perfectly. I don't get that. I don't think so.
No! Shuichi wouldn't kill anyone!
Don't become emotional. We must seek the truth in a calm and logical manner. Or all our lives will be lost here.
I'm not being emotional here. I'm saying it with conviction.
Even if Shuichi did go to the basement, he couldn't have killed Rentaro because the time it took for his return, the security sensor going off, the murder weapon. We're gonna say the security sensor, but he could have turned it off.
I get it. The security alarm didn't ring until after Shuichi returned to the classroom. It only rang after Rantaro moved the hidden door, which means he was still alive. If Shuichi was with me when the alarm went off, then that means he's not the culprit.
By the way, I want to confirm one thing with you, Kaede. Who set the security sensor on the bookcase? It was Shuichi, right?
What is that face? Yeah, he did. He set it up there.
Yeah, Shuichi was the one who set up the security sensor. What about it?
Did you actually check for yourself if the sensor was set on the bookcase, Kaede?
No, I didn't check.
Well, I mean, it obviously did take pictures.
Did it ever occur to you that Shuichi could have lied about setting the sensor?
A lie?
What, did he maybe, like, no. Rantaro said he was going to the bathroom. I was gonna say, did he ask Rantaro to go there? And, like, hide in the blind spot of the cameras? And then kill it? No.
Shuichi pretended to place
I don't
the
think it was
sensor on
him.
the hidden bookcase door. But in actuality, he was holding it the whole time. And when he met up with you, he secretly triggered the sensor to make the security alarm go off.
That would cause Kaede to assume that someone had moved the bookcase.
I see, sneaky little fucker.
Why is he still not saying anything? That's what I don't understand. No, at this rate, everyone's going to think Shuichi is the culprit. I have to do something. I know for a fact he's not the culprit. So I gotta do something. From this point on, lines of white noise will disrupt your reactions. Okay, so the way for that is A? Okay. Your truth bullets will disappear if they touch these lines, so think of them as obstacles. Time them right. Use the silencer. Makes it easier to shoot their weak spots. You get additional time. Alright. Stuff that we already know. Introducing all of it at once. Receiver
The
is on
security sensor was
Shuichi.
armed, but
That's probably what we're using here.
the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time.
The sound Kaede heard came from the sensor when Shuichi secretly moved it in order to trigger the alarm.
So when Kaede heard the sensor go off, she figured someone had tried to move the bookcase.
Only an idiot can make that mistake.
Yeah, say something indeed. Shuichi couldn't have had the sensor on him. That's right, and I should have evidence that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. He couldn't have had the sensor on him?
The
Why?
security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it. As it
Hidden
turns out,
door.
Shuichi had it the whole time.
Lookout classroom?
The sound Kaede heard came from
Why could he not have had the sensor on him? He had the receiver. Why are we saying he could not have had the sensor on him? Are we gonna talk again about the hidden door photos? About how it took multiple photos? Is that I'm assuming it's
sensor when Shuichi secretly moved in order to trigger the alarm.
So when Kaede heard the sensor go off, she figured...
Wait, also the sensor is supposed to go off when the door moves, right? But it didn't move between here and here. So why did the sensor go off?
Someone had tried to move the bookcase.
Only an idiot can make that mistake.
Alright, so is there only... How many...
The bookcase isn't what
Moving
triggered
bookcase isn't what triggered it.
As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time.
The sound Kaede heard came from
I think it's
Secretly moved it.
I think it's the first one I have to refute, and I'm gonna try the hidden door photos on it. I don't think this is right though.
That mistake.
Let's try it.
The security sensor was armed, but the moving book.
No, that's wrong.
Okay, is this what we're gonna say? The fact that it took multiple photos at seemingly correct moments?
This is weird. If the security sensor wasn't placed, then we wouldn't have been able to take that picture. We were only able to get it because the sensor was triggered by the hidden door.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that? Easy to explain. Well, you see...
He doesn't have an explanation.
I guess you're right. Sorry, I didn't think that far ahead.
You're giving up that easily?
Well, what do you mean giving up?
I mean, whatevs. I made a mistake. Big deal.
But what do you mean by giving up? It's not like he has a. It's not like he needs Shuichi to be the murderer or anything like that. Like, I don't know. It's kind of strange for. They did this, I think, in Danganronpa 1, where they're like, they said to Yasuhiro, like, you're giving up already? Like, what do you mean giving up? You're supposed to just present arguments and present like evidence and stuff like that. There's no like. I guess the phrase is you don't have a horse in this race or something like that. But that's not really a great. It's not really a great phrase. Like, this is Kokichi, and Kokichi is I suspect heavily. But if it was any other person saying this, it'd be, yeah, they're just trying to get to the bottom of things. It's not like it's not a problem. It shouldn't be seen like as a problem, or like as a negative thing that they're like giving up on their theory or something like that. It's just a theory. Theories are meant to be thrown out there and destroyed. That's okay.
You speak as if you knew that from the start. Even I was taken in.
Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say.
So you see, Shuichi can't be the culprit.
No, he still
Just a
can.
minute. The security sensor had a power supply, so what if it went like this? The security sensor was set up on the bookshelf, and Shuichi had its receiver. However, Shuichi turned the receiver off.
Huh? How come?
That would get you a picture, but no alarm when Rantaro moved the bookcase.
Yeah.
Then, when Shuichi says he's gonna check the basement, he actually goes to the library.
So the problem with this is the alarm thing. This receiver alarm still has to eventually go off when he's upstairs with us. And the thing about that is, will it still go off if it's trying to trigger the alarm and the alarm receiver that he has is off? When he turns it back on again, does it instantly start blaring, or does it have to get triggered again for that alarm to start blaring?
And thanks to the 30-second interval, he's got time to go in after Rantaro.
He could have collected the sensor from the hidden bookcase after killing Rantaro.
I see. Then he caused the receiver to go off in front of Kaede to trick her.
It's certainly plausible, considering that Shuichi knew about the intervals.
How needlessly complicated. But I guess it's not impossible.
Then, Shuichi really is the culprit?
So the ultimate detective is the killer. What a plot twist!
No, I still don't believe it.
Why do you guys think he's the culprit? Shuichi, please say something. Why aren't you saying anything?
Yeah, what is up with him?
Shuichi, what's wrong? You're not culprit, are you?
Hey, you gonna say anything? We'll all vote for you if you don't.
Are you okay with being the culprit? Are you ready to turn yourself in?
What is happening? What should I do? Everyone suspects Shuichi. There's no way he's the culprit, but even so. What is up with him? What is he doing? Why won't Shuichi say anything? Is there a reason he won't say anything? Yeah, what reason could that be? If that's the case, then it's all up to me. I mean, it's always been up to me from the very start. Like, I thought he was gonna be our Kyoko, but he hasn't done anything this whole trial. To protect everyone, I need to take control of this debate. Even that means I have to lie to do it. Really? All right, let's see it. Do you hear that? A lie. How are you gonna do this, Kaede? That's bold. Now, I know that sounds crazy, telling a lie in a class trial? But sometimes telling a lie is necessary to reach the truth. I mean, that's what Kyoko did in one of the class trials in Danganronpa 1. She told a lie saying, I know you know who the killer is, in order to get a slip of the tongue from Mondo. So, I understand. Oh, but don't worry. There are no lies in this tutorial. From here on out, there'll be times in a debate where you will have to lie. Okay. Influence gauge time, blah, blah, blah. Lie bullet. Mono Cubs file 1, what? Before you had to refute the lies, but now you have to lie yourself. Doesn't that get your heart pumping? I like this. I like this a lot. I like that we're going to be able to use lies. Here's how it works. Select the truth bullet like a normal non-stop debate. But when you hold Y, the truth bullet will become a lie bullet with the opposite meaning. Releasing Y will shoot the lie bullet. Okay. When you use a lie bullet to argue or agree with someone's statement, it will become a perjury, a statement that paints over the truth with lies. While lying, your influence gauge will drain. A successful lie will restore it. Okay. But if you miss with your lie bullet, you will take damage, so be careful. Okay. Interesting, so it's even more scary to lie. Also, I've heard a rumor there's a secret way to advance debates. What? It's called a back route. Let's just say that only those who lie well will be able to find it. What? There's a back route to advancing debates, and if you lie well. By lying well, do you mean aiming well with your lie? Thank you muchly. Okay, I don't know really what that meant, but I understand hold Y to change the truth bullets type. Moving bookcase, card reader dust, receiver on
Let's
Shuichi.
go over the case one more time.
The security sensor was placed on the moving bookcase. Shuichi also had the receiver.
But he had it turned off.
Are we gonna say that we had the receiver?
So when Rantaro moved the bookcase,
I think that's the idea.
was taken without the alarm sounding.
Then taking advantage of the camera's interval timer.
Shuichi hid in the library and murdered the shit out of Rantaro!
And then he grabbed the security sensor from the bookcase and returned to the lookout spot.
Afterwards, he set off the receiver in front of Kaede.
I wonder how often we'll have to lie in
The
debates.
murder had just happened. Praise be to Atua, we've solved this case.
Okay, I get it.
So Shuichi was just using Kaede.
Basis for the suspicion is that Shuichi had the receiver for the security sensor. If I can argue against that, everything should be okay. After we take control, I have to tell a lie so we can get closer to the truth. So, do I still have my... What? I have to do it again? Why?
The sensor was placed on the moving bookcase.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Also had the...
So I have to do that. I see. I don't hold on to it.
Turn this lie into the truth.
All right.
Sorry, you guys. I forgot to tell you something important.
Forgot?
To tell you the truth, it was me. I had the receiver.
Huh?
So that's why there's no way Shuichi could have turned off the receiver.
He's... What is that face? Why is he doing that? He's clearly worried about us. So I really don't think he's a killer. He wouldn't be worried about us if he was the killer.
If that is true, then the entire premise of the argument thus far is wrong.
Is this true, Kaede?
Of course! Come on, would I lie to you guys?
That'd only screw yourself over. If we mess up, you're dead too, you know.
Or perhaps you wanted to cover for Shuichi, even at the cost of your life.
But I don't think it's him. It really doesn't seem like it. I just don't know why he's not saying anything.
I cannot imagine why anyone would risk their life to lie on another's behalf.
Words from a true heartless robot. Emotions are only for meatbags.
That is a harmful stereotype. I can produce heartfelt remarks through calculations.
All right.
Less than 3? Those kinds of calculations?
Less than 3 is the heart emoji. I know what you're trying to say.
It's not so unthinkable. All hearts are blind when faced with radiant love. Doing anything for the one you love. Hasn't everyone felt that way before?
I like how the stained glass window in the background like puts them in like a pillar of light.
I most certainly have, at least.
Uh-huh.
How creepy you are. I'm sure that person didn't want your love.
Yeah, probably.
Kaede and Shuichi are pretty buddy-buddy with each other, so I wouldn't doubt that. Plus, the way Kaede just acted right now, I'm pretty sure she lied.
Oh, you can tell Kokichi?
A talented liar like me can spot other people's lies easily.
Yeah, I've always thought that you're the ultimate liar.
Well, what do you guys think? To believe or not to believe Kaede?
I do want to believe Kaede, but Shuichi does seem pretty suspicious. He has been strangely quiet for a while now, which is classic degenerate male behavior.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with them.
Yeah, I agree.
I wish he would say something, at least.
Shuichi is the only person here who's suspicious.
So we all agree that Puichi did it? Then let's just vote already!
No, I still think it is too soon to determine the culprit.
I agree. I sort of can't believe that Shuichi is the culprit.
Yeah, this ain't right.
I agree. But I don't know if Atua agrees. Cause right now it's his nap time.
What?
This is quite troublesome.
Why does
seems
your
our
Atua have
feelings
nap
are on
time?
Opposite ends.
How are we supposed to
I don't know where this
decide?
goes from here.
We're split, right down middle.
Ah! Monokuma interfering?
Did you just say split?
What?
You did! I heard it! I heard it with my belly button microphone!
You have your ears in your you have a microphone in your belly button?
Your ears don't do anything? The Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds!
Huh?
More phenomenal trial grounds?
What does that have to do with Split?
The trial grounds are gonna morph? Seriously? I totally want to see that!
What? Either way, we have to do something. We can't vote for Shuichi because he's definitely not the culprit. If we vote for him, all hope is lost. I won't be able to save everyone. But I haven't lost hope yet. I won't give up. Before I can save everyone, I need to make sure we're all on the same page. Okay, so Monokuma was just speaking nonsense, I guess. You're split down the middle. In times like this, the debate scrums are perfect. In a debate scrum, you'll be split into two teams. Wait, what? Opposing subject, keyword, receiver, alibi, lie. Together into you hit what you. Opposing subject. What? Then you argue your opinions against each other. Yeah. But look, everyone's so fired up. The subjects of your statements don't match. Keyword, subject. So we have to match up our statements? Is that the idea? In the subjects? That's not how you debate at all. You have to match your subject with your opponents and put them in the correct order. Okay? That's how you make a good debate. Your side's subject keywords will be displayed, but your opponent's subjects won't be revealed yet. So I assume we have to listen to what they say. Listen closely for the subject of your opponent's arguments. Before your opponent finishes their statement, find the same subject keyword with okay, and press that to argue. If you and your opponent's arguments match, then your opponent's keyword will be revealed. And when all of the statements match up, you'll enter the finale. Try to convince all your opponents at once. Indigenously tap the button displayed on the screen to push your opponent's claim out. Okay, so button mashing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, it seems like a simple matching game. Split point? Gosh, it's hard to read that. Especially quickly. And without any prior notice. What on earth? What is this? Okay. Up and down and Y. Is Shuichi the culprit?
hid what you knew about the camera interval, Shuichi.
I'll do it. We'll know whether or not it's a lie when we talk this through.
Unlike
Oh,
Shuichi,
that didn't work.
I actually have an airtight alibi.
Shuichi and Kaede weren't together the whole time, were they?
If Shuichi had the receiver, it could have been disguised.
But that's Kaede's lie, isn't it?
I'll do it. We'll know whether or not it's a lie when we talk this through.
Okay, so I think that was the
You
right
hid
one.
what you knew about the camera interval, Shuichi.
If our points don't match, then we won't be able to make a convincing argument. I'm going to convince everyone that Shuichi's not the culprit.
You hid what you knew about the camera interval, Shuichi.
Unlike Shuichi, I actually have an airtight.
Kaede backed up Shuichi's alibi, didn't she?
Shuichi and Kaede weren't together the whole time, were they?
Hirumi!
Both of them were together when the receiver went off.
If Shuichi had the receiver, it could have been disguised.
Kibo!
Kaede is the one who actually had the receiver.
But that's Kaede's lie, isn't it?
I'll do it. We'll know whether or not it's a lie when we talk this through.
You
Okay, so I
hid
only
what
missed
you knew
one.
about the camera interval, Shuichi.
Okay, yeah.
You hid what you knew about the camera interval.
Gota!
But Mew's silent about intervals too.
Unlike Shuichi, I actually have an airtight.
Kaede backed up Shuichi's alibi, didn't she?
Shuichi and Kaede weren't together.
Hirumi!
Both of them were together when the receiver went off.
Okay, I get it.
If Shuichi had the receiver, it could have been disguised.
Kibo!
Kaede is the one who actually had the receiver.
But that's Kaede's lie, isn't it?
I'll do it. We'll know whether or not it's a lie when we talk this through.
There we go. And now what? B? Ah, button mash X. Okay, so it switches buttons. Okay then. That works, I guess. A weird little mini game, but it was fun, I guess.
Everyone, you have to believe me. Shuichi is not the culprit.
Didn't really have have much logic to it. It was just matching.
If we vote for Shuichi, we'll be making the wrong choice. And if that happens, everyone will be executed. I definitely won't let that happen, even if it costs me my life.
Well, I mean, it will cost you your life either way, so I guess that makes sense.
Kaede.
Finally, you say a word?
It's just like Kaede said. Shuichi ain't the culprit.
Gonta believe in Shuichi too. Gentlemen always believe in friends.
Well, if Shuichi's not our culprit, then who is?
We've already exhausted all possible avenues of discussion.
No way. There has to be something else we can discuss. We just gotta think. Right, Shuichi?
Huh?
Shuichi, even though you're not the culprit, you've been quiet for a while. It's because you realized something, huh? You're scared to reveal the truth.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I thought a long time ago, but why is he's so... Well, I know why he's so scared. He really doesn't want to... It seems like he really doesn't want to be a detective. He doesn't want what happened before to happen again. For the culprit to get mad at him, I guess? He doesn't want to be blamed for what happens to the culprit. And I feel like if he does reveal who the culprit is and they get punished, he's going to feel bad about that as well because they're going to get horribly executed. Wait, well, actually not this time around, huh? Because they get off for free.
I thought so. Shuichi, answer me this. What kind of truth did you realize? Don't be scared to say it. Not just for me, but for everyone else. Please, face the truth.
The picture.
Picture?
Picture?
The picture from the camera aimed at the hidden door, just before the murder.
Mm-hmm. What about it?
I always thought it was suspicious, the way Rantaro was acting.
Yeah, I mean, that is always been confusing. Like I said, why is he trying to go grab the camera?
suspicious.